Hi there, I'm Lavellan, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition episode 9. Okay, so our war table operations have been completed, so let's get back in there and we'll set some others going. Okay. Well, let's have a look at these then. $117 gold. Sweet. Commander Cullen, with the watchtowers built, we've had advance warning of demon and bandit attacks. The area is safer for both the refugees and the farmers who had fled the nearby fields. Much appreciated, sir. It's good to know that the Inquisition is willing to put in the time to help these people. Corporal Vale. Okay. Well, you know, Vale. The Inquisition is for everyone. Dalish and Darren Atishan, it does my heart well to hear that you are safe. Our clan was visited by members of the Inquisition who spoke persuasively of the good work you're doing, as well as the fairness with which our kind have been treated by the Inquisition itself. You know that Clan Lavellan has little by way of gold, but I gave the messengers some of our healing herbs, as Seylis blessed us with abundance in our recent foraging. We would be a distraction if we came to the Inquisition itself. Our hunters arguing with the humans as they so easily do. Nevertheless, if you need aid, send word, and we are with you. Dareth Shiral, Keeper Ismatorial Lavellan. And we got 10 Blood Lotus. Sweet. Yeah, of course the clan doesn't want to come all the way here. They'd basically be captives. I don't want to rescue the soldiers yet. And I don't want to scout the Storm Coast just yet, either. Let's go over to the Olay side. There were some horses over here or something, wasn't there? The Red Heart, yeah. Such is the reach of the threat that the Inquisition has received offers from all corners of Thedas. Perhaps this offer should not come as a surprise. A letter in flowing script. We find our kin in strange places, though we know not if you will carry tradition with you. We would see you carry pride in some form, for the wounded sky is all of ours, whether belief is shared or not. Let all see this and convey yourself as we should be. Emma Saline Va Suladin Evanura. Sure. Sure. Thank you. And yeah, Liliana can do that. The Red Heart has arrived and it can only be described as inspirational. Sweet. Okay, and Flames of the Inquisition Charger, we'll do that one as well. We've garnered the attention of the finest armourers in the land, and they would not see our message conveyed unadorned. They offer a mount that reflects the flames of the Inquisition. It is, by all accounts, magnificent. A block letter note follows. We would send our best, and you will know it when you see it. It is much at home in parade as on the battlefield. Let all who stand against you see that they stand against a force, a cause. Our skill is yours, those of the hammer. Okay. Josephine, you can take that one. The armoured mount has arrived, and it's every bit as magnificent as was promised. Sweet. Okay. And let's get back over to the Ferelden side. So, Hard in Hightown. This is the thing for Varric. Ruffles, I need a favour. Actually, let's call it a loan, since I'll pay it back. I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall today. She tells me that Hard in Hightown 3, the Repuntioning, appeared in print from an Antivan printer a couple of weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple of years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold was that Pyrrell Belenforth is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. Varric. Okay. Yeah, let's send Josephine. It was addressed to Josephine, so she can take that one.
At your service.
And now we have a nobleman's concerns. Herald, your Inquisition says it's for order against chaos, reason in darkness. If you stand by this, come forth and drive the heretics from my lands. They claim to be refugees, but I've seen elves and apostates among them. Filthy savages tearing at our roots. Our monarch refuses to send forth armies, and my own knights were decimated at the Conclave. I require your aid to return peace to my lands. Prove your loyalty, and I will see you richly rewarded for your faith. Praise the light, Lord Kildan of Ferelden. Okay. We can take advantage of his raving. Her spies can harass the refugees into moving somewhere else to win Lord Kildan's favour. Yeah, I would prefer they help the refugees, not this Lord Kildan. Cullen, you have my vote. Go for it.
To work?
Those poor elves and apostates. Honestly, I don't know who this guy is, but we are not helping him. Okay. And the Turn of High Ever. Okay. To whom it concerns, the Turnir of High Ever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinia V. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace, and we had high hopes that her conclave would succeed. We will hold a vigil in High Ever in remembrance of Justinia and cordially invite the Inquisition to attend. Sincerely, Tern Fergus Cousland. I know Tern Cousland, and I knew Justinia. I can't attend, but I could write to him. Go for it, Liliana. Absolutely.
Let's see what we have.
Yeah, okay. And that should keep them busy for at least a little while. Alright, so we've got our Blood Lotus and our mounts. Awesome. Well, I'm going to ignore Mother Giselle. And let's just go straight over to our companions. So, yep, ignoring Cullen. We might as well start off with Seylis, and then we'll pop around to Varric and see if we can find Cassandra after that. So, Seylis. Don't run away from me.
Closing the breach is our primary goal.
There we go.
But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
Okay. But it was a massive explosion. Surely whatever was used to create it was destroyed.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
Ooh, foreshadowing. I agree, it'll turn up or it's not a priority. I mean, if such a thing exists, it is something we should keep an eye on. But, let's be honest, it's probably been destroyed. It's not a priority.
We can't afford distractions. We must focus on sealing the breach.
Yes, as I said, that is our primary goal. It's a moot point regardless. Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing.
Exactly.
Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Yeah. Yes, we need you for something. Tell me about elves, honestly. Tell me about yourself, yeah.
I'd like to know more about you, Seylis.
Why?
Why? I respect you. Do I need a reason, or I must know I can trust you? Yeah. I need to know I can trust you.
You're an Elven mage. Not from the Circle, not Dalish. You're an unknown element. If I'm to trust a self-taught apostate with my life, I need to know more about him.
I don't see myself as self-taught. But then, since I have not told you, you'd have no way of knowing that. All right. What can I tell you?
Oh, everything. Your life story, please. Where have you studied? Yeah.
You said you'd traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
That sounds terrifying. Which battlefields in particular? Yeah.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
Oh, yeah, I need to know. One of my own was there. The hero Ferelden was Dalish.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Okay. Well, why study the Fade then if it doesn't give you definitive answers?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
Ooh, that does sound dangerous.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
Clearly you woke up. Well, did he? Did he? Is he still off in his dream world right now? Yeah, might as well.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Okay. And I suppose that's why you're here then. Because this is the most interesting thing around.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If our enemies destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
It's so weird that he approves of you asking that when it sounds like he's just saying, don't be silly. I'm here because the world is going to end, not because I think this is going to be an interesting thing in the Fade later. The approval is a little bit strange, but as long as we're getting some pluses, that's good. I hope that works. Weird, but good for you, or that's unnatural. It's not unnatural. Everybody dreams in the Fade. And being conscious of it, I suppose, it's really only mages that do that. And as a mage, that would be kind of normal. But what he's describing, going off and exploring areas of the Fade, that is weird. That is weird. But, you know, the Dalish have heard of this kind of power before. But I'm just going to say that Seylis herself hasn't. Not really. At least not in detail. So it's just weird.
Well, it's not the worst reason I've heard to go out and enjoy life.
I'm glad to hear it. In truth, I have enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
Okay. You like my side benefits. Yeah, I mean, we have to do all the flirts if we want to actually romance him, so... I heard that side benefit thing.
Indomitable focus?
Presumably. I have yet to see it dominated. I imagine that the sight would be fascinating.
Okay, yeah, moving on. Do you work with anyone?
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
Okay. Wisdom and purpose. Is that a question mark as in I don't believe that he would have met them, or that I don't believe that they exist? Well, we'll ask anyway. What do you mean by wisdom and purpose?
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
Oh, yeah, no, we know that one. Those are definitely demon names.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
Right. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. No. Spirits are not your friends. You're cavorting with demons. That's just silly. You're courting disaster.
When I asked if you were with anyone, I meant other people.
Ah, people, as opposed to spirits. We are flesh and blood, so we are real. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Yes, spirits are people. You need a body to be real. Spirits lack free will. I'm not arguing this, or I enjoy getting to know you. That's a little bit out of left field, really. What has that got to do with the spirits thing? But okay. How can I say this then? In context. I can see why I like the Fade so much. You're a very interesting person.
You have an interesting way of looking at the world, Seylis.
I try. And that isn't quite an answer.
I look forward to helping you make new friends.
That should be... well...
That isn't quite an answer either.
Yeah, poor guy. Okay. Goodbye.
We'll talk later.
goodbye.
Hey, there we go. So, we actually had a decent conversation there. We did get some disapproval. I guess the romance options will always give approval. That's good.
Are we going to have new verses in the Chant of Light now? For the Herald of Andraste, telling what she did?
It's far too soon to consider anything like that.
I was talking with a friend who said there used to be a verse about an elf in the Chant of Light.
No, that's not true. I'm sorry, but that doesn't mean the Maker loves you any less.
Nope, that's definitely not true. There's no elves in the Maker's chant. Honestly. Okay, Varric, let's get into you.
Need something?
Ooh, I have questions about Hawk. I have a personal question. Tell me about Red Lyrium. Oh, never mind. I don't want to ask about Hawk just yet. I want to ask about him. So, I've got a question for you.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
He manages a spy network in his spare time. Wow. Okay. Yeah, does that mean you could be doing Leliana's job?
If you've run a spy network, why is Leliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
Really? What if we want to be looked after, babysat, and have our families worried about? Number 5, what does that have? Yeah, what books do you write?
You're an author. What kind of books have you written?
I've tried my hands at a few genres. My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
Probably. Probably. You just don't find happy endings to be realistic or interesting. The tragedy is where your emotion really clicks with your writing. So, what shops do you own?
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in moneylenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not much tact, but loads of business sense.
Okay. And how did you even know Cassandra?
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Really? So she went looking for you then? And where exactly are you from?
Are you from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
Okay. Well, what about your crossbow then? You might as well tell me about that.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. There's a hidden shop in Kirkwall called the Black Emporium. I found her in a barrel labeled swag. The owner sold her to me for a ham sandwich and a pair of yellow ruffled pants.
Really? Really? So why Bianca then?
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
Really? Why not?
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Well, alright then.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Yeah. Investigate strange chalk markings. Okay. Well, not right now. Where is Cassandra? All the way down in the field, yeah. Okay. And of course, we've still got to check out our special shipments. Yeah, okay, let's get down to... we might as well read this. Andraste's Mabari. You know Andraste's old Mabari. He don't show up in the chant. And if you ask these holy sisters, well, they'll say Andraste can't. I've had some big old smelly war dog, but all Ferelden knows it right. Our sweet lady needed someone who would warm her feet at night. And there's Andraste's Mabari, by the Holy Prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say that Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, that dog he guards Andraste, without arrogance or fear, only asking of his mistress just a scratch behind the ears. But then old Murfrath gets to plotting, tries to lure that dog away. But even as they trap the prophet, her Mabari never strays. And there's Andraste's Mabari by the Holy Prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, they thought the wounds had killed him, but then he limped out toward the fire, and Hessarian he shed a tear as that dog laid on the pyre. And there's Andraste's Mabari, by the Holy Prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Yes, that Mabari is the companion of the Maker's holy bride. A popular, if historically unlikely, Ferelden tavern song. Oh. Well, loyal to a fault, but laying down in the fire with her? Oh, that's horrible. That is horrible. Oh, it's Fry's dog all over again. Oof. Okay. Hey,
Come on, you've seen our
we have a
mounts.
horse.
Most of them should be pulling plows.
We didn't all grow up with fancy noble horses, Arnsberg. You ride whatever holds you. Why are you here with the scouts instead of fobbing around with the nobles anyway?
My uncle died at the Conclave. I'm a good rider, and, well, I thought I'd be more useful here.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Where's that red heart? Damn right. And we've even got a greater frostback elk as well. But yeah, there we go. We want the heart. We're Dalish. And that suits us a lot better.
Smithing is hot work.
Okay, so
Here, have something to
let's modify armor. We should have a few things to take out. Okay,
Should serve you well.
and the weapons. Ah, we can't remove this one. We cannot remove that one. Ah, we can't remove any from the bows. Let's mark whatever we have down as junk then. You can have that new helmet, Cassandra. Okay. Now, let's see if we've got anything to add. No. Nope, we just don't have any upgrades for armors. So, okay, let's give him. Let's put this into his staff. Does he need a staff blade? Might as well give him the cunning. Why not? Okay, we're pretty much done there. So, let's go and speak to Cassandra. Wherever you are. Apparently right ahead. Ah, there she is. Okay. Let's see if we can speak to you. Oh, cutscene. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. No, she's not impressive. Are you alright? You need stronger dummies, or was that supposed to be me? Yeah, sure. We'll go with that one.
I hope that wasn't meant to be me.
what? That?
You obviously don't like somebody.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
Really? I don't think I'm that bad. You had to do it. It's too late to turn back. It was foolish. Or what do you believe? What happens next? Yeah, what happens next?
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
Yeah, okay. That seems like a faith question, and I'm not sure I like that. I'm not sure I like her asking that. What do you believe? How do you really feel about what you've done? That would be better. A better way to phrase it.
What does your faith tell you?
Nope, okay, never mind. Shouldn't have said it.
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
Okay, you don't think I'm chosen. It was foolish. It's too late to turn back, or you had to do it. It's too late to turn back. You made your choice.
Isn't it a bit late to worry about it now?
We have only just begun. My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Okay, you had cause. Glad to hear it. Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, no, you can't be that careless in the future.
There is a lot at stake.
You do not have to tell me that.
But I'm going to anyway.
You've said you don't believe you're chosen. Does that mean you also don't believe in the Maker?
Why would I believe in the Maker? Really? I believe in the Elven gods.
I'm Dalish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Oof. Ooh. Okay. For Cassandra personally, that does seem like a normal thing to ask. Isn't there room among your gods for one more? But for the Chantry to say that to the Dalish, that's disgusting. It's so disgusting. They tried to eradicate us. Believing in anything other than the Maker is heresy. But she wants me to accept the Maker as well as my gods? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I definitely shouldn't have asked about her faith. I don't really care about it. But she had a reason for doing all of this, and I suppose it's good to know what that reason was. I suppose she is motivated almost entirely by her faith, so maybe it was relevant. Yeah, I don't need to speak to him anymore. I can just come here and sell stuff. Nothing new. Okay. Well, never mind. We are a bit lighter now. I think I'll go to Ole. Yeah, and then we'll finish chatting to all of the companions. Because there are a few things left to ask them. Alright, so, the War Council. Okay, so, are they all done? They're all done. Okay, well, we'll do Varric's Revenge first. My dear Josephine, I've looked into the matter of your writer. That book, by the way, is truly dreadful and has been panned by every critic in Antiva. The publisher does not know the identity of the writer. They receive manuscripts by courier. I was able to track down the courier, however, who is receiving her packages from another courier out of Kirkwall. Best of luck, Katerina Valesti. And we've got an Amulet of Power. Well, that's good. At the turn of However, Sister Leliana, thank you for your kind words. I understand the Inquisition cannot be delayed from the grave task ahead, but it was good to know that you were with us in spirit, honouring our beloved divine. Sincerely, Ten Fergus Cousland. And we've got Ferelden Captain Longsword. Sweet. And address a nobleman's concerns. Commander Cullen, am I to understand you were in charge of the soldiers trampling on my lawns, providing food and refuge to the scrabble of filth burrowing into my land? A plague on you, sir, for spitting in the face of an honest petitioner, for taking advantage of my distress. Did my wretched neighbour Bantraft whisper in your ear? Tell me what he paid you, so that I may at least know the price of treachery, sir. My only consolation is that a few of the rank and file have gone to join your farce of an Inquisition. In bitterest disgust, Lord Kildarn. We got 60 influence, though. Sweet. Sweet. Yes, he can rage all he likes. We don't care. We now have to investigate strange chalk markings, but first, let's address the Chantry in Val Royeaux. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we could not step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them that the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. So is this the actual transition, or is it just unlocking the area? Let's try it anyway.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
This may not actually help. This is a terrible plan, or I'm not worried. I am worried. I'm very worried. These clerics could definitely kill me. I'm going into a human city. The capital of the Chantry, really. To have Chantry clerics declare me a heretic. This may not actually help. This is a terrible plan. Yeah, no.
You want me to walk into a pit of vipers and you ask me that?
They're not vipers just because they like to hiss.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Damn right, Cassandra. Take charge. From a Dalish perspective, this is such a terrible idea. But if no one's actually going to work with us, unless we have a Chantry stamp of approval, which is ridiculous, then we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to go. Plus, the game won't progress if we don't go. But no, this is our choice to go, to walk into their den. Keep our Dalish head held high, and hide behind Cassandra. It's very ostentatious.
The city still mourns.
You can't tell.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress me, Varric.
My Lady Herald!
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then.
Absolutely. I'm right behind you, Cassandra. Okay. So, Val Royeaux has been reached. And yes, it looks like we've got a little bit of a pause here. Oh, I forgot to go back to Dennet. And the rest... Well, never mind. We'll just say that this trip to Val Royeaux is however long that they needed to actually erect those watchtowers.
They wish to protect the people? From us?
Yeah, protect them from me.
You think the orders returned
Oh,
to
I was
the
too
fold,
slow.
maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know Lord Seeker Lucius. I can't imagine him coming to the Chantry's defense. Not after all that's occurred. Return to Haven. Someone will need to inform them if we are... delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Okay, I was a little bit too slow there. Oh, I don't like the timed ones. It takes me a little while to read and consider what I want to do. The avenue of her reflective thought, inscribed upon a plaque, Our Lady and the actors of her rise and fall. Her message and visage are worth repeating. Okay. Pretty cool. Read. Maferath's remorse, beneath scratched by a vandal, at meeting a low door frame. Okay. And this one, what is this? Let's look up. Again, alright, holding his head. Maferath's blood guilt, beneath scratched by a vandal, and his head suddenly weighs too much. Okay. But Maferath is the only one who's been vandalized, I guess? Maferath's penitence, beneath scratched by a vandal, and unrelated headache. The avenue of her reflective thought. The avenue is inspirational, but wise travellers do not linger in their respects, not just because the bazaar awaits, but because the area before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child Empress Amy abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Unable to discipline the toddling leader, her attendants instead chastised the statues and had them turned in supposed embarrassment. True or not, foolish youths dare each other to soil the spot in similar fashion, and a place of otherwise reverent thought always carries a faint odour about it. Excerpted and torn from a disposable walking tour of the capital by Philium Abad. Ugh. Ugh, that's disgusting. Maferath's regret, beneath scratched by a vandal, about his unfortunate hair. Yeah. Okay. And let's get in here. So, exit. Yes, that's definitely something we need to know. Le Masque de Lion. And docks. Okay. Well, where is this stage? Is it just around the other side of this massive thing in the centre? Probably. Well, we don't want to look in the shops just yet. We need to get straight around there. Yeah.
Templars
Let's get in
as
this.
they always.
Good people of Val Royeaux, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of a murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, okay. I'm not the Herald of Andraste. Yeah, just say it.
I make no such claim. I wasn't sent here by Andraste or the Maker. I am simply trying to close the breach. It threatens us all.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
It is already too late. The Templars have returned to the Chantry. They will face this Inquisition, and the people will be safe once more.
Oof. I want to be scandalized, but she deserved it.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
How dare you? Saved me the trouble. Not here for us then, or am I supposed to be impressed? Yeah. Am I supposed to be impressed here?
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Lord Seeker?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages.
Oh, purge.
You
okay.
are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
Yours. Not the Templars, just yours. Okay. Help us close the breach. Templars, join as Cullen did. Then why are you here? You're not going to appeal to more Templars to join us? Absolutely not. Why are you here then? Yeah.
If you're not here to help the Chantry, then you just came to make speeches.
I came to see what frightens old women so, and to laugh.
That well-adjusted guy right there?
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve recognition. Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition, less than nothing. Templars, Val Royo is unworthy of our protection. We march.
Yeah, okay. What a shame.
Charming fellow,
well.
isn't he?
Has Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
Oh, you mean he isn't always like this? How well do you know this guy? Yeah.
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Okay, well... We'll find another way, or so much for Templar help. I mean, I was never after Templar help anyway. Weren't we here just to talk to the clerics? We'll find another way.
Fortunately, the Templars aren't our only hope.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become.
Nope,
Either
too
way,
late.
we should first return to Haven and inform the others.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. The poor Chantry cleric. Beaten in front of the crowd she was just riling up. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Let's talk to her anyway.
This victory must please you greatly, Seeker Cassandra.
Can't see her
We
at all.
came here seeking only to speak with the mothers. This is not our doing, but yours.
And you had no part in forcing our hand? Do not delude yourself. Now we have been shown up by our own Templars, in front of everyone. And my fellow clerics have scattered to the wind along with their convictions. Just tell me one thing. If you do not believe you are the Maker's chosen, then what are you?
Just an elf. Someone who can help. I'm just an elf. If you see something more than that, then that's your choice.
I'm an elf of the Dalish clans, nothing more.
That is more comforting than you might imagine. I suppose it is out of our hands now. We shall all see what the Maker plans in the days to come.
Sure. So, what do you believe about me?
You're obviously skeptical. What do you believe I am?
Our divine. Her holiness is dead. I have seen evidence for everything, except what would comfort me.
That doesn't answer my question.
For you to be true, a great many things must be false. And if you are false, a great many things must have failed. There is chaos ahead, whatever your intentions.
That's true. That is true. So then, how are people reacting?
How are people responding to all of this?
Despair. Fear. We mourn her holiness. The people look to the sky and wonder how long before terror comes for us all. There must be a way through this. Is it you? The Templars? The Maker's will? We abandoned our duties. We servants of the faith. Now we can only pray.
Right, okay. I don't think it's going to be the Templars anyway, because they've just left. So, what will the Chantry do now?
So what happens now? Will the Chantry continue to denounce me?
We have already done so. And what good has it done us? Now it falls on us to select a new divine, if we can. And leave the next step to her.
Provided such a selection is even possible.
I truly don't know. Any revered mother who could have followed Justinia died at the Conclave. What becomes of us, and your Inquisition, is in the Maker's hands now.
Yeah, sure. Sure it is. Where have the Templars gone?
Where is the Lord Seeker taking the Templars?
I can't begin to guess the Lord Seeker's mind. He could not have abandoned his intended role more completely.
There must be sense to what we can't see.
Must there? Rebellion seems popular in certain quarters, doesn't it, Seeker? Is crafting the Templars into a new power really any worse than declaring a rival to the Chantry itself?
Who is declaring a rival to the Chantry? We're not rivaling the Chantry. We don't even care about the Chantry. All we care about is stopping the breach from spreading. So, the Lord Seeker, what did you hope he would come here to do?
What were you hoping the Lord Seeker would do exactly?
Put aside his war against the mages and find common purpose against something much more dire. Obviously, he has other plans. With the knights vigilant slain at the Conclave, there is nothing more we can do.
Perhaps there is something we can do.
I'd like to believe that, Seeker. I truly would. I suppose we can expect renewed effort against the mages from him, and yet more chaos.
Really? Renewed effort against the mages. What a terrible, terrible person he is. So how many Templars have abandoned you?
How many Templars turned on the Chantry exactly?
They rebelled across Thedas. Some remained loyal, but not enough to call them the Order. The White Spire here in the capital was the largest garrison, but now it stands empty. Perhaps more shall flock to the Lord Seeker's banner now. How far has faith waned, I wonder?
Well, I'll stop this somehow. You could still help us, or the Chantry made a mistake. The Chantry has made a great many mistakes here. Let's just rub it in a little.
The Chantry made a big mistake, and now it's paying the price.
Perhaps you are correct. We are only trying to find our way, with little guidance now, but our faith.
That's not enough.
When is it ever enough? That is the nature of faith.
Okay. Okay. Well, good for you. No, let's not examine that. Let's just get out of here. So, oh, I'm pretty sure that you're someone I can bring with me, aren't you? Let's speak to you.
Excuse me, but is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
Absolutely, that is definitely true.
That's what we're attempting, yes.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry is useless, and the Templars, Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but if your Inquisition's going to seal the sky, I want to help.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, Cassandra, is that something that we can do?
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Okay. Sure, some relief supplies would be nice. We're willing to take that at least. Anyone who's offering help after the mess that was this meeting it's a good thing. It makes our journey here not a complete waste.
Head to Haven then. We need good people.
I don't know if I'm that, but it will be nice to see. Thank you.
Okay. Well, good. Good. And she didn't...
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Apparently. Mysterious arrow. Favors for friends. A message is attached, written in a large flowing hand and bordered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. I hear he wants to hit you. Have a search for the red things in the market, the docks, and round the cafe, and maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. A poor drawing of the locations in the market is attached. Okay. Well, let's read this book anyway. Emperor Florian. Grand Duke Florian was not supposed to ascend to the Orlesian throne. His elder brother, Emperor Judicael II, had 2 twin sons and thus a very secure line. Florian was free to pursue other interests, none of which revolved around the game. Indeed, the imperial court largely ignored him, and that was how he liked it. All that is recorded of the era is that he married, produced a single daughter, and afterwards showed little interest in her. An outbreak of the 100 Days Cough in 877 Blessed changed his plans. Both of Judicael's sons perished, as did Florian's daughter. Racked by grief, Judicael lost interest in ruling, turning over all matters pertaining to the rebellion in Ferelden to his advisors, and instead spending his time hunting in the country. When Judicael was thrown from his horse during a fox hunt in 884 Blessed, Florian was suddenly vaulted into the throne. Famously, his response to the Chevaliers delivering the news at his estate is said to be, "This will not do at all." A private and somewhat eccentric man, Florian limited his appearances at court and dealt almost exclusively with members of his own family. He was extremely particular about his habits of dress and grooming, eschewing current fashions for the sake of comfort and refusing to wear cosmetics or powders of any kind due to an intense dislike of being dirty. Powerful and connected nobles who had served in the cabinet since his father's time were turned away in favour of his younger brother, Reynard, his sister Melisande, and his cousins. Children were banned from the palace, even the children of servants, with the exceptions of his nephew and nieces, who were tolerated only on the condition that they remain out of the Emperor's sight. Regarding suggestions that Florian and his youngest cousin Megran were lovers, the truth is uncertain. If such a relationship existed, it was no doubt kept private due to Florian's aversion to public life, and not from any fear of rumours. Such rumours, after all, were likely spread due to the Emperor's refusal to sire another child, and thus secure his line. Many believed this failing would eventually lead to a civil war. The only real evidence of a relationship with Megran is a loud and very public argument the two had prior to Megran's appointment. Or exile, as he saw it, to the throne of Ferelden. Megran is said to have called Florian "my darling," and neither man chose to explain the argument later. The predictions of civil war almost came to pass upon Florian's death in 919 Dragon. With no clear heir, the throne eventually passed to the only daughter of Grand Duke Reynard, Celine, after a vicious struggle that threatened to consume the empire. From the Emperors of Orlais by brother Harlan Escare. Okay, well, that was interesting. So, a cough ended up taking out the princes. That's kind of terrible. Let's examine this tree. La pomme verte est morte. It is said that the apples that grow near the gallows will be bitter on the tongue of a lover who will betray. It is also said, although by different people entirely, that unripened fruit should not be the only consideration when investigating matters of fidelity. The latter are lonely most evenings among the arbours of the summer bazaar. From Our Orlesian Heart by formerly Sister Laudine. Okay. And there are actually apples here in the tree. They don't look particularly good apples, but they are here. I'm surprised that people aren't scurrying over to pluck them then. But never mind. Okay, can you even get out of here? Yes, you can. Okay. And
I believe that messenger is trying to get our attention.
well, good for the messenger. Let me read this. Not of heroes, united in hatred. If we are re-examining motive, let us not stop at the sons of the betrayer, for the first leader of young Orlais after the sons was Jeshavis, Chasel, wife of 2 of them. But examine the facts. A proud daughter of the Syrian, chosen not unkindly by Isarath to be his bride. It was her reach that granted him power to unify. Consider what she witnessed in the consolidation of her people. She has always been portrayed with sadness, but what if when our nation was born, the game was born with it? Judge her actions not as property, but as master. And what changes? As victim, Isarath, rumoured cruel, breaks the clans in a lust for power. His brother, Verold, exiled from his own machinations in young Navarra, appeals to the saddened wife and promises a new path. The brothers vie, and Verold wins, and then demands the hand of Jeshavis, another Ferelden greedy for power. In a decade, the shy victim Jeshavis is the figurehead of the people's rebellion against the last son of the betrayer. As master, bound to rivalries far older, she harbours a hatred beyond Tevinter, and while Isarath is distracted with personal concern or with building a nation to withstand his own people's enemy, she invites the broken brother and sets him against the driven. While accepting marriage to the victor, Jeshavis seeds rebellion amongst those who remember how their lands were taken not a generation before. Both leave her as ruler, as Gioja. But should not the rule of a victim be uncertain? Jeshavis rules for 42 years. There were no great swings backwards, no people's retribution, for she had become accustomed. If the goals of Isarath were selfish and the goal of Jeshavis was to reverse them, then Orlais is born of the failure of both. But if Isarath built his father's wall, and Jeshavis wanted revenge, then we are a nation of 2 successors. 2 parents in opposition but in partnership. Excerpted from A History Not of Heroes, reading in the Ugly Heart of Change, collected by Philium Abad. That's a very romantic way of looking at it, sure. I mean, you all want to play the game, so of course you want to say that all of your people did too.
Didn't even touch you.
Ooh. What? Oh, were they talking to me? Yes, of course the Templars didn't even touch me. Why would they? And you are Vier.
My maker, know my heart. Take from me a life of sorrow. Comfort is only yours to give. Oh, Maker, where is the comfort? Look away. I have broken the chant because it comes from my heart. What have we when our divine is dead and the sky burns?
He broke the chant?
What do you mean, you broke the chant?
Are you also ignorant of the Maker's most basic rites? The chant of light is how we honor the Maker. They are the only words that the faithful should hear from my lips. But I can't. Our divine is dead. Our Templars gone. The Maker's silence is deafening. What hope have we?
Oh, really? He's a chanter then. Okay. We should all be questioning. The Inquisition will bring order. Ask the Maker for strength. The Inquisition is going to do what it can. Yeah.
The Inquisition can give you the answers you need.
So I have a faith I've lost. Or one that seeks to drive it from me. I can't even look to our Templars. How is this not darkness?
Right. Okay, we're just going to avoid this guy now. Read this then. She of the highwayman repents. Gallows master, hold thy hand, hold it back a while. Callous juror, let me stand, let me bear a smile. For comes my brother distant, for comes my saviour soon. I stand here most insistent, I will receive my boon. Fellow soldiers, hold thy voice, hold it if you may. Fallow shoulders, show my choice, I am in your sway. For no my crime was cruel, and all my pain deserved. I stand here as a fool, despite my brother served. Mother dearest, look away, look into the sun. Others nearest, gone astray, you will be undone. For no more will I prattle, and no more will I pray. Hear you must the rattle, as life will fly away. From songs of old or late, she of the highwayman repents. Inscriptions collected by, formerly, Sister Laudine. Okay. Well, that's kind of horrifying. It looks like we've got some stuff around the central bit as well, but...
This is bullshit!
Let's look at you, Circle
You are
Mage
the Herald
Messenger.
of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
Invitation, First Enchanter Vivienne. You are cordially invited to attend my salon held at the chateau of Duke Bastien de Ghislaine. Yours, Vivienne de Feu. First Enchanter of Mont Simard, Enchanter to the Imperial Court. Okay, so Vivienne. So I have the option here. Do I recruit her or not? She's a staunch Chantry supporter, a supporter of the Circles, and a champion of the Templars, really. And that's not someone that Seylis would want to associate with. So, on the one hand, just saying no to recruiting her would be very true to Seylis. But on the other hand, if I recruit her anyway, then all of the interactions that I have with her will help to show Seylis' character. So really, it'd probably be better to have her and disagree with her. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that then. I mean, it would be the same situation with Dorian and Cole as well. They need to be there so that we can hear her opinions and how she'll react to these situations and people. Yeah, okay. Well, that was good to know. That was good to know. Oh gosh, we've got so much stuff to read. Well, I think I'll probably leave it here. Next episode we will look around the marketplace and everything for the little red things. And we'll probably look around the shops and finish reading all of these plaques and stuff. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe. I upload 5 videos a week, so hit the bell for notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.